Hi there, I'm Nicole Duplay, Chair of the Otter Specialist Group. When you're asked what the biggest emergency in species conservation is in the world today, what do you think of? Do you think of the saola, a little known species from Southeast Asia? The Cuban solenodon, an insectivore who's definitely on the way out? Look no further. Look at elephants, rhinos, pangolins that are the target of a ruthless global animal trade headed for Asia. Meanwhile, the rest of the world would like to see these species go unmolested. That's a crisis and an emergency. With otters, there are 13 species of otters, and with otters we don't have that level of emergency. We have species of otters that are certainly in trouble. One of them is a southern river otter from Chile and Argentina that has been dwindling for decades. It's not doing well. But meanwhile, the other day I saw on Alibaba, a website from China, an offer for 10,000 southern river otter pelts. There are not 10,000 southern river otters left. And this advertisement was taken down. But what other advertisements for otter pelts have I missed? The southern river otter is also the object of protection. It's not allowed to be exported. It is also the object of controversy and with fishermen who view it as a competitor. But it does receive protection. I think that more active protection would help it recover. We have good news stories. There are 3 of them with otters at least. One, the giant river otter from South America, which was considered one of the 10 rarest species in the world in the early 1970s. Since then, it's made an excellent comeback in many areas of Brazil, the Guyanas, Peru, but it also has problems, but it can be considered certainly recovered. It's listed as endangered in the red list. Another endangered otter that has made a spectacular recovery is a sea otter in the Pacific. It was once hounded to extinction for its extraordinary beautiful fur during the whaling years in the late 19th century, early 20th century. Now there are over 150,000 going from Vladivostok in Russia all the way down almost to the southern United States on the Pacific coast. So that's another success story, even though it also does have problems and is still listed as endangered. The third one is the North American river otter, which is the only otter species deemed of least concern. It made a very good recovery through introduction programs into 28 states where it had been extirpated. It occurs all the way from the southern United States up through Canada to Alaska. So that is a success story. Now, what other problems are there with otters? Well, certainly climate change, the loss of wetlands, water pollution, and animal trade are problems that affect otters and many other species. The area we're most concerned about with otters is Southeast Asia. There are 4 species of otters there. They're affected by trade and habitat loss, of course. But we have an excellent program underway which has had excellent result over the past 8 years with training programs for otter biologists, training programs for law enforcement officers, to recognize otter pelts in trade, and a general broadening of the appreciation of otters through a very active network. That's good. So we will continue this program in Southeast Asia. We just had a congress there where 150 Asian biologists had all kinds of good news. But finally, what will make a difference for otter conservation? What will make a difference is people appreciating otters, people understanding otters, and these are where otters occur. If we can change attitudes, whether they be fishermen or children, and we're working very actively on this, well, then maybe the tide will change and no otter will be endangered. If habitat restoration occurs, otters do return if they are protected. This is the case of a concrete jungle like Singapore, where there are now 50 wild otters and a top tourist attraction. Otters do come back. They're resilient. And that's what gives me hope for the future. Thank you.